Well, good evening and welcome to the Heat Army podcast. We are bringing you full match commentary this evening between Gateshead and AFC Telford in the National League North. There's a lot at stake here tonight as Gateshead could go top of the league if they win because the other teams around us aren't playing at the top. But for Telford, it's another story. They are rock bottom of the league and they will be wanting to pick up some points and get themselves towards getting out of the danger zone. They're 5 points away from safety. And this game, well, they say they've signed new players. They've got a new manager, and are they on the cusp of turning things around? Or will Mike Williamson's men see it out and take that top spot in the new year? My name is David Gallett. It's an absolute joy to be here with you, and I'm joined by Mark Carruthers. Mark, such a pivotal game for both sides tonight.
It is, and for very different reasons. Gateshead, after a little stutter they had either side of New Year, have sort of got things back on track. Good win down at Bradford. That was needed, by the way. I think after a bit of reaction to what happened against Blythe and against Chorley, and going into this one with a bit of confidence as well after another good win on Saturday. So it's it feels positive when you walk in here. You could anyway, but you can sense the positivity. Every player's playing their role at the moment, and I think the longer that continued, Telford, you are right, very pivotal game for them in more ways than one. I look at them, they made new signings, they've got players that are established at this level. And even people like Mace Goodrich, I remember watching him at Newcastle's academy when he was a good player. So it's going to be, it'll still be a test. I don't read too much into league positions. I think we've seen many times over the years that any club's capable of beating anyone else in this level. So Gateshead will have to beat the professional best tonight. And
as I say, we spoke privately in the last few weeks, and that the two results against Blythe Spartans and Chorley, I think, have been taken by the squad and by the manager. He said as much himself. It's a bit of a reset, a bit of a reality check, and sometimes it can help you. And well, results have went our way as well. And with games in hand, we'll win. Well, this is the last one in hand. But if you win it, you're top of the league, and you can't really argue that they haven't done the job if we do get there.
Well, when I spoke to Mike Williamson in the aftermath of the game at Croft Park, he said that it needed to be used as a catalyst for a better second half of the season. And let's be honest, saving that result against Chorley, they've done that. I don't think there was any shame in losing to Chorley. I think they were a very good side, but I think Gateshead now have got to look beyond those two defeats and really try and kick on from what's been a largely positive season so far.
It certainly has, and we're into the second half of the season here today after we've played this game. Some interesting fixtures coming up. We've got York away, and we've got Fylde at home. Tough games, but if Gateshead can get a win here this afternoon and pick up points against Leamington on Saturday, it puts them in really good stead, especially when two of our promotion chasing rivals in Brackley and Chorley play each other on Saturday as well. So it's going to be one of those interesting weekends where Gateshead could still be top by let's say that's if we get top. They could be clear by a point, or they could be behind by a couple. It's a strange part of the season, but this is where Gateshead need to knuckle down and continue to pick up points.
The thing is, what you can't lose sight of is, and it tends to do this when you get to the top of the league, you start thinking, what if we drop points there? What if we drop points there? That's a tough game. That's a tough game. It's not as if Brackley and Fylde and Chorley and all these other clubs in the top six, they've got to face tough games as well. So, all Gateshead have got to do, if, and it is a very big if, they go top tonight, they've just got to focus on themselves. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing.
Well, that's one of the positives that comes if you're top of the league, then it's in your hands. You can have no complaints. If you lose, it's your fault. If you win, you continue the run and keep yourself up there. But we've got lots of messages coming in. We've got friend of the podcast, Brackley fan, Jack Banham, who's come on Telford. He's a cheeky scoundrel. We've got a message from Anne Skirfield calling us sexy beasts. Enjoy the pies. We already have.
I've just had one of the chicken balti pies, and it was very nice.
Yeah, and Binksy's put should be a routine win tonight. Never count your chickens. Let's see how this goes. This is a team in a transition, new manager, some new players coming in. You can never, I say, Telford in recent years I haven't been a bogey side, but in my time as a Gateshead fan, they often have been. We've got another message here from Craig Hilton. But how are you? Come on, Heed. Well, we're doing all right. Be better with 3 points. And how are you, lads? There's a job to do tonight, top of the table. Well, I think the manager will be saying that now in the dressing room. That's where the players are. We'll give you the teams very, very shortly. And we want you to message in wherever you're listening from in the world. Let us know. We are planning on doing a podcast. Well, we do one every week, but not this week, but the week after. We're going to do an international podcast. We want to have our fans from far and wide. We've already reached out to Dean Seaver in Atlanta, Georgia. He's willing to come on, which is great. We reached out to Perrin in British Columbia. We haven't heard back from him yet. We'll reach out to Arvid, and I'm sure we should be able to get the chairman in Estonia as well, hopefully, if he's not in bed already because of the time difference. And hopefully we'll maybe be able to get someone from Australia as well. And we just want to make it a full international flavour, cosmopolitan, if you will, and we'll get Gateshead fans on from all around the world halfway through the season about how it is following the team from afar and the way we're playing at the moment. So it should be very good. But that aside, this Thursday, 9 p.m, Heat On Me podcast, where you're watching this now, it'll be on our YouTube channel or Facebook page. Please do like, subscribe, join us, and more importantly, message in and have your say on your football club. And I do believe as well that Mark's show is making a return back this week for the new year. The Northern Goals show. Mark, there isn't much to talk about in the North East Non-League scene at the minute.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there's the last week with FA Trophy wins and VARs wins, VARs draws, trophy draws, managerial departures, managerial appointments.
Yeah.
Apparently there's been a big one at South Shield, so I hear. There's Nicky Gray, former FA VARs winner, going in at Whitley Bay as well. Great appointment for them. So, yeah, it'll be a busy show. I just need to figure out who to get on it.
Yeah, well, they say that you have to follow Mark's social media, and you'll see that when that is available to be viewed later in the week. It's always a good watch. So get yourself onto that. It'd be fantastic. And, well, let's say I've just had a little look at Mark's fingers. He's been that busy this week. He's lost an inch off each finger with the amount of typing he's done. So he's been very busy, and there'll be a lot to talk about on that show. Well, I'll go through the Telford team now. It is Russ Griffiths in goal, wearing number 1, Jordan Piggott, Theo Street, Zach Lilly, Brad Bood, Carl Baker, Liam Nolan, Mace Goodridge, Braden Shaw, Andrea Wright, and Kai Williams makes the starting lineup. On the bench, it's Harry Bauer, Brandon Daniels, Adam Walker, Ross White, and Jason Oswell. For Gateshead, it is Chapman in goal, Robbie Tinkler, Mike Williamson returns to the starting lineup alongside Lewis Story. Carl Magny makes his home debut again at Gateshead, and will we see a 40-yard screamer like he did in the past? Who knows? I'm sure he's probably not under instructions to do that. But Jack Hunter is on as well. Taylor Charters, who's making his home debut, I believe, as well, on loan from Carlisle United. Greg Ollie, the captain. Adam Campbell, Kedwin Scott, and Paul Blackett. And on the bench, a welcome return to Danny Greenfield, who is fit enough to be on the bench. Owen Bailey on the bench as well, as is Macaulay Langstaff. And only 3 names on the bench. Gateshead do not have the biggest of squads, but a versatile squad it is. And I must admit, over the last few weeks, the man management and the rotation has been used to good effect by Mike Williamson, and he's back in now. And you would imagine, I was saying, he looks younger than us. He probably is younger than us, Mark, but he's getting on in football years. But he's keeping himself fresh, and I think it's very important the way he's been doing it.
Trying to work out if he is younger than me. I don't think he is.
Anyway,
moving on. Just looking at that, it is a small squad at the minute, but we look around us, and there are players who can come in if needed. Just down from us, we've got Connor Panny sitting, and Nelson Ogbewi's back from heaven as well. So they are players that can come in and fill up that squad. I assume both have got injuries at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
Nelson's loan spell at Heaven didn't exactly set anything alight, but he is back and he's an option. Matty Jacobs just going through again. I assume he has a bit of a knock, but he's just undergoing a bit of a run by the pitch. So again, I keep saying this. Alex Nicholson as well got there, but I keep saying this about Gateshead. It is a squad that is small, but it's a versatile squad. And I look at players like your Jack Hunters and Robbie Tinkler, Louis Story, Carl Magny, people like that. They can play different positions. So it's one of those where, yes, it is a small squad, but it kind of fills itself out by people being able to adjust and change things around that way.
Well, so you may have noticed as well, though, if you weren't at the game on Saturday, that there was a Gateshead player on Football Focus following his journey from the Newcastle United Academy to Gateshead. Not much Gateshead in there, unfortunately, but it was fantastic to see Owen Bailey get his moment in the sun, and well deserved for the season he's had so far. And that is available online and on the BBC iPlayer, I believe. So why don't you have a little look at that? There is the pitch is in the background. Would have been nice if I'd have put a goal in or some footage, but it wasn't to be. But just when we talked about the squad as well, down at Bradford earlier in the week, Connor Panny starting, which is a massive plus. The youngster, I mean, he's only turned 18 this season. He's getting experience here and there, but that's a lot of faith shown in him by Mike Williamson. And by all accounts, he was very much in the game and having, didn't look out of place.
I heard a few things about Connor before he sort of broke through in the first team environment, and a few people at the club talking about him, very excited about him. I think he's also just watching me talk about him, which is a bit awkward now.
Yeah.
I saw enough pre-season to suggest that the kid could do well. He did well when he came on against Altrincham, in the FA Cup. So I think he's someone that can really do a job here in the long term. I think he will be someone who can slot into the way that Mike Williamson and Watson like to play, and someone that's got a really long-term future at this club. And I will say this, if they can keep hold of him.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's doing very well. One positive that we'll mention as well before the teams come out was that Eddie Thomas was on the bench as well down there. He's had a good loan spell at Crook, scored some goals, playing against men. And another prospect that, it's lovely to have coming through your ranks so quick. And I'm not going to say the rebirth of the club, but under the new guise of the way things are being run, to have players coming through that quickly and your youth setup is a massive shot in the arm.
Well, Eddie's another one that I saw in pre-season. Scored at Dunstan. I think he scored a goal in Town as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Has done very well at Crook, and I think he will still be at Crook as well. I don't know if it's like a dual reg that they've got him on. But that experience of playing Northern League football will do him the world of good. The next step for Eddie is possibly next season, will he look to go into the Northern Premier League and get a move there and go, on loan and at a Hebben or somewhere like that, for example.
Yeah.
And then the final step is to, can he establish himself here? There's a lot of competition at the top end of that pitch. But, I've seen enough of him so far to suggest that he can do something.
Well, I'm going to steal a little line there from Mark at the top end of the pitch. It's the top end of the table where Gateshead are looking this evening. 3 points would have got us. Well, we'll get Gateshead top of the league, and everyone will be looking up at Gateshead because, if you're up there, you're to be shot at, but you're up there on merit. And Gateshead have had a fantastic season so far. Can they continue it into the second half? We'll know momentarily when the players come out very, very soon. And it should be a fantastic game. The decent crowd here. It's quite mild at the moment. Not as cold as I was expecting it, but let's say
that in an hour's time.
Yeah. Oh yes, it is getting pretty cold. But Telford coming out in a pink strip here, pink and white, as Greg Ollie leads the team out, and this is how your Gateshead side line up this evening. Jacob Chapman in goal, Robbie Tinkler, Mike Williamson, Lewis Story, Carl Magnay, Jack Hunter, Taylor Charters, Greg Ollie, Adam Campbell, Kedwin Scott, and Paul Blackett. And on the bench is Danny Greenfield making his return from injury, Owen Beattie, and Macaulay Langstaff. For Telford, this is how they line up. It's Russ Griffiths in goal, Jordan Piggott, Theo Street, Zach Liddy, Brad Brood, Bood, Carl Barker, Liam Nolan, Mace Goodrich, Braden Shaw, Andre Wright, and Kai Williams. On the bench for Telford is Harry Bowers, Brendan Daniels, Adam Walker, Ross White, and Jason Oswell. And a little message I've been asked to read out is get well soon to David Heavey. Apparently he's not too well at the moment, so hopefully he'll be back here in the stands. And hopefully you will be down here as well if you can make it, if you don't live far away. We do try and bring you the best quality commentary we can, but nothing beats being here in the stands, and especially with the football that's been on offer here on Tyneside. It's been well worth the watch and the price of the admission. And look behind us, it is quite full behind us, so hopefully we'll get a good performance for the crowd that's come here. And a big credit as well to the 40 Telford fans I think have made the journey up here today. So it's a long way to go midweek, and especially when your team's bottom of the league, and that's true dedication there from the Telford fans. So we're just waiting to find out which way we're going to be shooting here. And it looks like Telford won the... Yes, they have. Gateshead in their black and white checky strips will be shooting from right to left towards the River Tyne, and Telford in their, should we say, dashing pink shirts and white socks, white shorts, black socks. They're going to be shooting towards Felon.
I'd just say pink.
Pink, yeah. It was a bit of a trend, wasn't it, about 8-10 years ago, and then it dropped off.
Yeah, I remember a few. Coventry had one, I think, and Everton possibly.
Yeah.
I'm sure Everton had a salmon pink one. It's possibly going back a lot longer than 10 years.
Well, we've just kicked off here and we're underway. And have we missed anything? No, not yet. We're straight into the game. You've come at the right time as Mike Williamson heads the ball out on the far side. Well, looking at this defence now, would you say, Mark, this is the most experienced defensive lineup we've had up so far this season?
Did you know that's weird, Dave? I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tinks is obviously relatively young compared to the other one.
Well, the ball on the far side, Telford going to try and whip it in. They have first time there, and it's headed clear by Carl Magny, only as far as Telford, and they've put it back out to the left-hand side. Can't see the player's name there on the far side. We'll get the names and numbers with you very, very shortly. But he's going down the left-hand side, gets past his man down to the dead ball line. Can he cross it in? Keeps running along now, puts it across. Chapman had to fist it clear. Still not clear yet by Gateshead. Telford got the ball on the far side of the box, cross it over. It's deep and it's going to bounce, but it's still in. And the Telford player on the right-hand side of the box now tries to dance past his man and get it in. It's Baker who gets it in the middle. Still not clear by Gateshead. Shot off, and it's a goal for Telford straight away. Telford. The ball stuck to them like glue in the box there, and Gateshead couldn't get it clear.
Gateshead all over the place defensively there. It's a great strike, we should say, by the way, from the edge of the box. But just too much standing off. No one pressing the ball. Too easy getting past Gateshead defenders there. It's a great finish, I will say that, but just a little bit too easy for the visitors there.
Yeah, they pressed our defence there, and, well, we didn't come up with any answers there, did we? So it's 1-0 to Telford here, 2 minutes into the game. Not the start the home fans had been hoping for, but there's a lot of football to be played. At least 90 minutes. We've had it on time. So Gateshead trailing by a goal here. I didn't see who actually scored the goal there. I was in that much shock. Hopefully we'll hear over the tannoy. Well, Magny plays the ball down the left-hand side. Cleared by Telford. Intercepted by Charters and put it inside the Campbell to Kedwin Scott, and it's went across the far side of Tinkler. Can get there, he can. It's on the far side of the box and good defending at the moment, but Tinkler manages to get the ball. He's surrounded by two players and manages to pick out Greg Ollie, who's on the far side. And, well, Telford closing Gateshead down very quickly here at the moment. And Ollie comes off him for a throw-in on the far side. And there's a few teams this season, must have watched a few of Gateshead's videos, and, well, they know that pressure on Gateshead does hamper our style.
It does, yeah, and people will do this. You know, teams will do this more and more to Gateshead because they've got a reputation now for the style of football. You know, people know they like to get it down and like to pass it. So Gateshead are going to counter that tonight. Maybe move the ball a little bit quicker and, you know, try and get in behind. But at the minute, it's just not happening.
Well, Magny tried to play a ball forward for Blackett, and Blackett puts it out for a throw in there to stop the clearance. Well, we've got a number 18 on the pitch, but there isn't a number 18 on the team sheet. So, ball played back by Williamson to Chapman. Chapman powerfully clears that all the way towards the front line, and is that going to go out for a Gateshead throw? It has. A come off a Telford player. Charters brings it down, lays it off to Lewis Story, who looks to play across field. Ball, great nice vision there. Tinkler didn't win the header, but it goes out for a Gateshead throw halfway inside the Telford half on the far side. Well, this will certainly show the cheap free kick given away there by Gateshead. It took on the shirt of, I think it was Andre Wright. Well,
it's Mace Goodrich.
It's Goodrich, is it? Number 50, who scored?
Yeah.
There we go. So it was Mace Goodrich that scored the goal. It was an impressive strike.
Former Newcastle Academy player.
Well, is he a local lad or from up here?
Well, he left Newcastle, went to Chorley, I think, via Combo wasn't Football League, but he's a talented lad. I've seen him play at this level a couple of times, and I think he's another player that could possibly go higher.
Well, you'll not see a ball hit any sweeter in the National League North this season. Gateshead having to clear around the back as Chapman pings the ball up towards Tinkler, but way too much on it, and out it goes. And Gateshead yet to get their composure really at the moment.
Yeah, just haven't settled out and got into that pattern. It's something they need to get sorted straight away. Get on the ball, start dictating play instead of being harried and hustled. But at the minute, I've been really impressed with Telford.
Yeah, they've come with a job and have done it well as Campbell chases the ball down. Can I get past it? Oh! Clattered with the keeper. The keeper's down in a heap there, and the player's going to be stopped. But what a turn of pace by Campbell there. I didn't think he was going to get in front. But Russ Griffiths is down. They do not have a sub-goalkeeper.
I was just about to say, looking at those squad numbers, I don't think any of them are goalkeepers.
No, they're not. I was talking to our counterparts from Telford, and they said that they used to have a sub-goalkeeper. I said, no, and said, neither do we. So there was definitely no malice in that. It was just two players coming together. I don't know if he's caught him in the head there or not. It'll be a bit hard for Campbell to do so. He's not the tallest player, but there's definitely been a collision enough to. I think it could be the ankle here,
You can stop the height jokes, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Because when the ball spun away from them both, they both put a foot out to win it. They're both connected with the ball, and obviously the ricochet has obviously hurt Griffiths a little bit more here. Still receiving treatment from the Telford physio. Right. All right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I will do. Well, we've just been interrupted there to get a message. Well, apparently the former mayor and mayoress of Gateshead have messaged to see if they can get a shout out.
No.
So no, we're not going to do it.
No.
I hope you're having a lovely time in Telford. And as I said, Telford there, Tenerife.
Well, and Telford as well. If anyone's tuning in.
I would imagine people in Telford are having a better time than people listening in Gateshead at the moment, if there is any, because they should really be here at the game.
I think Adam Campbell has taken a blow to the nose. He's carrying something to stop that at the moment.
As I say, they just went into each other. Don't know if he went into like a hand or a wrist there. The Russ Griffiths is up now, walking a little bit gingerly, but I think he'll be all right to continue. Guess we'll see what he's like when he's kicking the ball. As Campbell is off the pitch to try and get some cotton wool to stop that bleeding as the ball comes over the top. Magny is there just to see that out.
Gateshead just gone into a 4-4-1 at the moment as Campbell's.
The referee's coming over to make sure that the blood is stopped, and he's allowed Campbell straight back onto the pitch here. So Gateshead have a throw in their own half. Campbell receives the ball, gives it back to Magny. Magny plays it into the middle of a pink shirt, and out it goes.
The positive of the goal come so early is the fact that Gateshead still have 89 minutes to try and get back in the game.
Yeah,
and get the win that they need. If there is a positive concede, it is that. But there's no doubt they haven't got going yet, and Telford have disrupted them brilliantly here so far.
Well, Hunter receives the ball in midfield, plays it back to Tinkler. Tinkler plays it back to Mike Williamson. And, well, Telford, you've got to think, if they're going to come away from home to Gateshead, they'll know how we play. They would have wanted an early goal. They wanted to press quickly, and it's paid off for them, hasn't it?
It has, and there's a game plan here. You can see the pressure that the forwards are working really hard. I look at Williams and Wright, that they're both pressing Gateshead very well.
Ball over the top towards Blackett has come to him though, and just dispossessed. Does he win the ball back? Telford defender comes away with the ball and plays it across his defence as he looks to play this ball over the top. Wright heads that on there, and turned round into the man Hunter. Okay, to play back to Jacob Chapman. Magny who comes back to Gateshead, a much more experienced player.
Understatement.
Yeah, he's had successful spells in the Football League, Grimsby, Hartlepool, and more recently he's been with neighbours Spennymoor. But Magny is back on the ball now as he looks to play the ball forward. Charters gets himself into space on the left-hand side, crosses the ball in. It's a deep one towards the back post. Keeper, really, I thought you would have left that go out, but goes out for a throw-in next to the corner flag. He panicked a little bit there. I think he thought it was dropping.
He did. I wonder if the floodlights have caught his eye there as it was going in. He's just been sort of blinded for a second, but it did look as if he could have just left it.
Yeah.
It's gone up for a throw-in by the corner flag.
It's just one of them things, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, because if it drops in behind you, you'll say, why didn't he attempt it? But Tinkler on the far side trying to wrestle to get the ball back. He does, and crosses the ball into the centre and headed away by number 18, who I don't know who that is because it isn't on the team sheet. But Campbell, a lovely little flick to Magny. Magny pulls it back across. Can Campbell get onto it? Oh, Telford just managed to clear their lines, and they come away with the ball now on the break, and they've got right in the centre, and who they've got the ball to, and Kai Williams was offside if he had played it through, but Gates win the ball back. Was that tackle made by Hunter there? Because I glanced down to get a name to a number there.
Yeah, well, I think he's just pulled out. It's Holly, sorry. It's Brad Holly's, but he's pulled away from the challenge, and that's why the referee hasn't given it.
Well, Gateshead playing from the back with Williamson, puts it out to Tinkler. And you can see now just by the way the Telford players are moving, their midfield drops so deep when Gateshead move forward. It's 2 banks of 4 they've got to try and break down here. And they're doing a good effect at the moment, but we know Gateshead can unlock a few doors as Greg Ollie puts a beautiful ball through, dinked into the centre. Just took away from Blackett. It was going to drop to him, and now it's Carl Baker can play the ball forward, but Story's there to mop it up now. Magny, who had took it off his feet, which I don't know why. Looked like he disrupted it a little bit, but Gateshead still in possession. Tinkler. Charters. Magny's in space on the left-hand side here. It's a good run. Just too much curl on it. And Magny, he's felt his hamstring there and pulled up.
A few questions coming in. Yes, we are at the game. We're not watching on the stream.
Yeah.
that would be illegal.
Yeah. We are here. This is just the way we broadcast. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for I think they are at the game. Yes, we are here. Don't worry. We can actually just give you a little preview of the camera. There we are. Look, we are at the game. We'll turn that off. We don't want you to be sick. Right. So, 13 minutes gone here. It's Gateshead 0, Telford 1. If you all just joined us, an early not a sucker punch, a well-worked pressured goal from Telford as the ball goes all the way back to Chapman. And
you'd imagine if Magny is struggling to be Owen Bailey, he'll just come on at left back. We talk about that versatility. He's another one that can play a number of positions, and you would imagine he will just slot in there.
You would definitely think so. And then, as I say, we talk about versatility. You could even change to a back 5 if you wanted. Hunter can drop back. There's so many different ways, but at the moment, Gateshead are carrying the ball forward. The Story gets to Blackett. Blackett puts it out to Magny on the left-hand side now, looking to pick out a teammate. Finds Charters. Charters picks out Greg Ollie. Greg Ollie plays it into the centre. Telford defenders were just too quick there, and Hunter, he's playing like Norman Hunter today. He's chopping people down and knocking people over, but fairly. And the ball's back with Gateshead here. Ollie kind of get the ball back. It was nearly a nice bit of 1-2 football, but Kai Williams now drives forward with the ball, and he's under pressure from Mike Williamson. Mike Williamson wins the ball. It was the second tackle that come in, was the one with the foul, and I think it was Magny. I say he's not asking for to talk to any player there. Do you think I was right there? Do you think that the Williamson one was all right, or was the Magny one that come in second?
Yeah, it looked to me as if Mike Williamson got the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I think he suffered a bit of a blow here, Mike, as well. He doesn't normally stay. He's getting talked to by the referee, which seems even more harsh now.
Yeah. Well, in real time, it did look like Williamson got a contact with the ball, and then the player went over his leg, and then Magny come in. But let's see, we've got Baker who's going to stand over the ball here, and this is a dangerous place for a free kick. It's probably 4 yards from the right-hand side of the box here towards the the corner of the box, and you would imagine this one might get whipped in here. Two-man wall from Gateshead, and everyone inside the Gateshead half ball. Telford goalkeeper here. Gateshead sitting deep to defend this, as you would imagine there would be.
Two Telford players back first on their own at the moment.
Well, it's put towards the back post. You've seen the men that you've seen, but the header goes over and out for a goal kick to Gateshead. Someone begging us to put the camera on? No.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
You'll notice when we have cameras on podcasts, it's when we're well lit and got the camera at a nice angle. Ollie nods the ball forward. Oh, it nearly got through for the run of Kedwin Scott on the far side. Offside flag goes up against Telford here. And also as well, it's a little bit strange to see Kedwin playing on the right-hand side of the front three. Normally he's on the left or the centre, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think it's a fluid formation, so they may well change.
Ball put over the top there for Tinkler to try and run onto. Way too much on it.
Well, I keep saying it, just haven't got going yet.
No. And as we mentioned in the build-up, it was never going to be a given. Yes, they are bottom of the league, Telford, at the start of play, but new manager, some new players can go a long way, as we found out against Blythe Spartans, and Gateshead win a throw-in just next to the halfway line on the far side.
Been quite impressed with Charters so far. I remember seeing him, I think he played here for Carlisle, didn't he, in pre-season? I
think so, yeah.
And he just looks a composed player in midfield, like the sort of player that Mike Williamson, Ian Watson, and Louis Story like.
Yeah, he's a bit bigger than the other midfielders as well, so he adds a little bit of height there. Campbell lays it off to Hunter. Hunter turns and lays it to Tinkler. Tinkler, if he looks up, he's got Ollie there, but two shirts around him closing down the angles, and this is what Telford have done to great effect all game so far, as Baker dances around the tackle, gets it out to the left-hand side, and can't see the shirt number of who that is on the far side there. He's got the ball back, and at the moment, nearly good pressure there from Blackett, chasing down towards the goalkeeper. And Telford moving the ball well as well. That's something else. They're making Gateshead chase shadows at times.
Yeah, it looks as if Griffiths has recovered from that little knock he had.
You may have seen a few months ago, we put the 360 camera up to capture one of our reactions to a goal. We put it on top of the sub bench tonight, and I then look at see what was said after that. Telford goal went in. That one won't be getting shared online.
It was a York game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. As Magny has the ball, lays it back to Story just on the halfway line. If he looks, he can play it back to Magny, and Magny tried to bring it down with his right foot, and it just bounced away.
Just not quite happening. The ideas are right, and the movement's right, but the execution just not quite there at the moment.
Well, 18 minutes in, and it's still 1-0 to Telford here. Scored. Might have just been in the first minute, or just into the second minute, and it was Mace Goodrich with a thunderous strike from about 15 yards. Well, Griffiths has taken his time here. Well, he slipped as he took the kick there, but he's up there. There's nothing wrong with that ankle. Magny has the ball under pressure. Ball played forward for Blackett and played out, and that's going to hit. Nearly hit someone behind her. The ball. It's not often to make it into the stand. As Magny quickly takes the throw in there and give it to Campbell.
Good closing down again.
It certainly was. Well, that's filled up nicely here. Hopefully it's a 800 plus crowd. As Hunter wins the header. Having a good battle this evening with Andre Wright. Story takes a touch, clears the ball, but it goes out for a throw in here, just near the Gateshead dugout. And you're just waiting for Gateshead to spark into life here. And as Mark said before, there's been a few good ideas, some proven balls, but the execution or the rub of the green just hasn't been with Gateshead so far. Back out of there from Magnate. Out of touch from...
The problem is, the longer this game goes on, the more confidence you get in the Telford side. You know, they'll feel they've got something to hold on to now. And yes, it's going to be a long night, but they're going to get more and more confident as this game goes on. They'll think they can hold on to something and get what will be a result. That will be the result of the season so far.
Certainly, a lovely crossfield ball. Well, I say the execution wasn't there. Look, the initial float looked good, but now it's brought away by Baker, and Baker is put the ball into the middle. Story with a calm touch, lays off to Magnay. Magnay thought could have turned and ran with that one there, as it's Gator playing it back around the defence. Story to Williamson. Now Tinkler plays it inside to Hunter, who can carry the ball forward.
It's a movement.
Oliver, nice touch. There was a foul. The referee is not giving it. Don't know what advantage he could have possibly played there. Handball. Appeals, but Andre Wright goes down and referee doesn't give anything here. He's not very happy with the linesman. And Ollie, can he play the ball through? He's played it into nice. Lovely turn and a crossover. Can he get a shot off? Well, crossed it over and still not out yet as Kedwin Scott gives it back to Tinkler. Now back with Kedwin. Kedwin to Robbie Tinkler again, who crosses it in, takes it deflected, and out it goes for a corner here. And
first time we've seen it from Gateshead. That quick pass and the movement got him behind very easily there. They've got to do more of that. Just hasn't been good enough so far. You know, yes, they're playing against a side that are a lot of the time it's 10 men in their own half, but they've got to break it down and you've got to move it quicker.
Well, Ollie about to take this corner on the far side. Gateshead fans have sparked into life after seeing a little something. This one's floated in towards Williamson. Knocked it back across, and it just cleared by Telford. But there was a player on the ground that seemed to hit him, didn't it? And now the throw-in's been given. Hunter, can he get it across? Back heel off the post. Did it cross the line? No, it's been cleared. And Gateshead now trying to turn the screws. Campbell goes for a shot. Good save. And well, Gateshead now got the bit between the teeth, and Ollie keeps it in on the far side. Puts it back into the box. Nice touch from... I thought it was going to stick with Hunter there. But clear, but only as far as Charters. Charters now plays it to Campbell. Campbell, if he looks up, he can play through the centre to Blackett, who gets a shot off. Fantastic save by Griffiths down to his right-hand side. And the Gateshead fans are liking what they see here as Gateshead are trying to get the ball into the box again. Williamson gives it to Charters. Charters, if he looks up, there's a man on the far side wanted to cross. Magnay, it's been quickly closed down. Story, Campbell off. Lovely 1-2 with the keeper, with the referee is Campbell. Tries to play it through, and Telford for the first time at 6s and 7s as Magnay's headed tackle there didn't really work and he fell over. And now it's Story who calmly plays it back to Chapman, and Gateshead want to see more of what we've just seen in the last 90 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, 2 good saves, but routine saves, I would say.
Yeah.
But he's done well to get them, Griffiths. Much better, and the intensity was there for the first time from Gateshead.
The second save, I think, was a bit higher caliber than the first one, but that was Charters was dispossessed, and Baker, who's been quite impressive so far in the first half, just lays it off to his right back, who pumps the ball over the top, chested down by Wright, and finds Williams. Williams just danced around the player there, and he's very dangerous. And Williams, well, he could have carried on going there. Williams, he was looked for the foul. And down he goes and didn't get anything there. But Gateshead now need to get some numbers forward as Campbell has to just do a little turn in the centre circle. He needs some support, puts the ball out on the far side, and he's just asking a little bit too much of Kedwin Scott there. Yeah, Kai Williams, I think he sold himself short there.
I think he went down looking for the free kick. I think he maybe thought he got contact from Louis Story. I think he did, but I think Louis got the ball first.
Yeah.
That's better from Gateshead. I think just need a little bit more movement up front. Blackett there, Campbell's got a bit of a break on in the middle of the park, and there's just not enough movement from me there from Blackett. He's got space in behind because Telford were quite high. His pace, once it gets in behind, he isn't getting caught. So I think that's something they need to look to exploit.
Well, Griffiths just slowing it down a little bit here, giving his team a little bit of time to compose here. As Wright wins the header, but it's going to fall to Tinkler, who kung fu kicks that one away, and out it goes eventually for a throw into Telford halfway inside their own half. Well, it took about 21 minutes for Gateshead to come alive, and when they did, they looked very dangerous, and hopefully they can continue in that vigour of what we've seen, but not with passes like that forward. Well, now they're driving forward with the ball. Telford Baker on the ball again on the right-hand side. Twisting and turning, gets past Campbell. He's got Wright on the right-hand side, back to Baker. Story's there to close him down. Gets it back to Wright. There's Story just intercept the pass, and Campbell has to help out with a triangle football here. Zonal stuff from Gateshead. Magnay and Campbell. Fans applauding it at the moment, but this commentator, I would prefer the ball to get higher up the pitch.
Yeah, they're always in control there. That's good. Nice.
Yeah.
That's not too good.
Well, Hunter picks it up in the centre of the pitch and drives forward now.
It's movement. It's nothing ahead.
No, it's a lot of that. You've got to, I think, credit to Telford. They're really stagnating us on closing down them angles. But this is what you've got to do if you want to get top of the league. You've got to break sides down. And now Charters gets it out to Magnay.
It's an option, though.
There isn't many there in front of him. Campbell, is he going to get past his man? He didn't. And Mace Goodridge did well. Hunter wins the ball. Charters brings it down, plays it across to Tinkler. This is better from Gateshead. Can they get the ball into the boxes? Oh, Blackett was there.
It's a silly ball in, really. You know, Blackett, you look at the size of their two centre backs, and he's not going to win that, is he?
But encouraging signs, getting the ball into the Telford box more regularly now. You would have to say at the moment it's Telford one shot, one goal at the moment, and they'll be happy if it ends like that. But Gateshead have been probing, and Baker is dancing around, manages to clear the ball up the pitch, and well, it was guaranteed to bounce out there as Story plays it back to Chapman. Chapman gives it to Hunter, who drops deep to collect it. Puts it to Magnay. Magnay's playing a crossfield ball to Williamson. As Williamson now puts it to Tinkler. Hunter. If he looks up, he can give it to Story. Needs to be moving the ball a little bit quicker here. There's a few gaps appearing. Well, Kedwin Scott holds the ball up. It's going to bring Robbie Tinkler into play. Sorry, Mike Williamson even. Mike Williamson brings it down the right-hand side. Back heels it to Tinkler. Tinkler carries it in. Charters, he's under pressure though. Campbell. It's better from Gateshead. They're controlling the game at the moment. Story. Campbell's in space, so he picks out. Although Robbie Tinkler picks it up and gets it back to Campbell. Ball up towards Blackett, and as we said before, trying to ping balls up to the head of Blackett, it's not going to be a good competition. As Kedwin on the far side got dispossessed, but it falls back to Campbell. Campbell drives forward with the ball now, picks out Kedwin Scott with a lovely bit of footwork there, but quickly closed down, wins the ball back, appeals for a free kick. It's not given, no, but Gateshead still in possession in the final third. Blackett trying to battle to get the ball, and the service to Blackett just hasn't been adequate so far. And now Gateshead have a chance to get the ball in the box again, and Tinkler's pass to Ollie was intercepted. Williamson nods it down to Campbell. Campbell now, there's Gateshead have a few players on the edge of the area. Campbell still driving forward with the ball. Gets out to Ollie on the right-hand side. Can he cross a ball in now? He's down to the dead ball line. Crosses it in. Keepers all day at the near post. Well, 30 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Telford 1. if you're just joining us, Telford scored in the opening 2 minutes. Ball pinged forward for the run of Andre Wright, and Mike Williamson's there, calm, composed, just to nod it down to Hunter. But the front 2 and 3 of Telford, their work rate has been fantastic closing down so far in this game.
It has. They're the ones that are finning Gateshead in at the moment, and really stopping that.
Well, a ball for Blackett there, and I think it's Zach Lilly on the far side there just danced in front of him and cleared it. Williamson passes it out, nods it out to Tinkler, back to Williamson. Well, Hunter was asking for the ball to be passed forward, but it's back with Williamson, who carries the ball forward himself. He's got Magny here. Well, he decides to go with Story. Back to Chapman.
Looks as if they've swap around as well. I mentioned before about where Kedwin Scott had started. He's
now
now
he's on
left-hand
the
side.
left-hand side of it as Jack Hunter carries the ball forward. Campbell dinks it out to Tinkler. This is better from Gateshead. Cuts inside on himself. He's still got the ball and seemed to run into a wall of pink shirts there. Gateshead still in possession, though. Campbell has to play it all the way back to Mike Williamson inside the Gateshead half.
It's movement again. Ball.
Now Magny has it on the left-hand side. Passes inside to Charters. Charters going to go back to Magny. Back to Charters. He can play it inside there. Well, got to Story. Kedwin Scott was dropping deep. Just shows you how hungry the forward line are for the goal.
Only Jacob Chapman. He's on half.
Yeah. Campbell tries to play it through to Ollie, and at the moment, the Telford defence have just been eating up them goals at the moment. Them balls through. Nothing's reached the feet of the Gateshead attackers, really.
I'll keep saying again, the movement's just not there from Gateshead at the moment. You look at the front three, it's very static. The midfield is just not quite happening at the moment. Greg Ollie hasn't been in the game enough for me. Just need to start getting a little bit more movement at the top end of the pitch.
Throwing on the far side.
I will say it's not easy because there's not a lot of space at the top end of the pitch at the moment.
Certainly isn't. As Ollie places inside to Kedwin Scott, nice little flick there. Charters, nice bit of footwork. Sends his man the wrong way, and now he's got Magny in space, but he uses them. Magny, can he get a ball in first time? Has to take a touch. Needs some support. Gets it from Charters. Charters puts a lovely ball in there. Defender eats it up and heads it away, but only as far as Jack Hunter, who got his first goal in Gateshead colours down at Bradford. Picks out Ollie on the edge of the box. Handball appeals. Kedwin Scott. Lovely equaliser. Struck with venom, but a bit of precision there as well. And Gateshead pulled themselves back level. 33 minutes gone.
Much better movement on the edge of the box. Bit of fortune how it felt on.
Yep.
Possibly could have been a penalty with a possible handball if it was in the area. Falls nicely to Kedwin, and I think we've seen that quite a few times this season. That sort of strike gets his head over the ball, keeps it hard and low, and Griffiths had absolutely no chance. Great finish, Kedwin Scott, man in form.
Well, I just mentioned in the build-up to that, he had been dropping deep. He was wanting the ball at his feet. He wanted some action, and he got it. It was a little bit fortunate the way it went through. I was expecting the whistle to go for a free kick, either penalty or a free kick on the edge of the box, but it dropped to Kedwin Scott's feet, and he just lashed it home. We talked about the strike in the opening goal. That one wasn't too shabby either, was it?
It's a very similar goal, to be fair.
Well, now ball pumped forward for we've got
head injury.
It's Andre Wright, who is down at the moment. I think he got a whack in the back of his head there. I always find that weird. If they're going to stop for a head injury, let the physio come on and assess it. The referee isn't the doctor. You know what I mean? Like, it just defies the rules if he's going to say, hang on a second, I'll see if you get up onto your feet.
You're all right.
Yeah. I keep getting thrown with the name Kai Williams because there was a basketball player for Newcastle Eagles called Kai Williams. So
it's not him.
It definitely isn't him because he's about 3 foot shorter as well.
There's nothing wrong with being 3 foot shorter.
I was just.
You stop these.
I was only stating the facts. But who knows? This Kai Williams could be a good basketball player as well. We just don't know. But thank you very much to everyone that's tuned in and messaged in so far tonight. Currently 1-1 Kedwin Scott equalising for Gateshead. Ollie played the ball across. It took a deflection, hit a hand and dropped to the feet. Oh, I know he's following the rules of the game, but it's just there's a drop ball there, and it looked like it was going to come back up towards Gateshead, but it was passed back to their own goalkeeper.
There's definitely been an increase in the intensity here from Gateshead. They look more energetic. It looks better. They've broken down now.
There was a couple of incidences, I think, on both flanks, Magny and Tinkler, where they were a little bit hesitant moving forward. The movement in front of them wasn't allowing them to move forward and pass the ball. And now at the moment, since Kedwin Scott's come over to the left-hand side, there's a little bit more fluid motion, and Campbell's having more success on the far side as well.
Absolutely.
Nice stuff from Gateshead. Charters touch, just ball took it away, and this is where Gateshead have to switch on because Baker goes down the centre circle there under a tackle from Magny, and I think Magny is going to get a card here.
It's a foul.
The only thing I can see is probably going with the letter of law because it was from behind, but he didn't sive him down. It was a clatter of the boots more than anything else, and it was in the Telford half, and there was about 10 players in front of them. So, yeah. Now, Magny with the first yellow of the game, and it's a free kick inside the Telford half, just in the middle of the centre circle, more or less. Well, Captain Theo Street there has been impressive in the air tonight so far, but that said, he hasn't had much competition with Blackett up with him.
If you look at this in a positive way, this could help Gateshead throughout the rest of the season because more and more clubs are going to come here and try and do something like this to them, and try and stifle them and stop them playing that football. And it could work well as an exercise in that.
Well, we've seen this season, there's been a lot of positives from things we haven't seen in days of old with Gateshead, scoring from set pieces, corners, free kicks, and also coming from behind. Or we've been in front and maybe conceded a goal or two. And, days of old, we might have collapsed, and, but we've learned to hold on, and that's what has got Gateshead up the table. But Gateshead now, can they break? There's a ball over the top for Campbell. Street comes over, plays it off Campbell. Unfortunate, goes out for a throw-in to Telford. But that was some intelligent play there by Street.
It is too early probably to look at the bench, but there are players who come on, make a difference. You look at someone like Macaulay Langstaff.
Yeah.
Possibly get him to go in that central position for Blackett. Maybe it is very early. Blackett's not actually having a bad game. He just needs to, his service, as you said, it's got to be better.
Yeah. I mean, we said it a few times in certain games. We know Paul Blackett likes the ball at his feet. He likes to run onto it. He likes, but in this type of game, them chances are going to be few and far between, and he's going to have to take them when they come. Okay, it's a free kick taken. Ollie in the centre circle lays it across to Story. Story back inside his own half, and it's going to pass it across to Williamson, who takes a touch, just carries it forward now. He's got a lot of space to move into. Telford sitting a bit deeper now. Sinclair plays it to Charters, and right. Well,
he won the ball,
he was closer than us, but that was a dubious one. That free kick to Telford. I just turned around there to have a look at the crowd, and I thought the Rafa Benitez was there. It's just a lookalike. I had to look twice. Another free kick to Telford here. Just went a little bit scrappy again. Well, it's about 5 yards inside the gates, half on the left-hand side of the pitch. Probably about the same from the touchline. And Gateshead will, I think, they'll be happy to go in back at 1-1 after getting themselves back into the game. They're going to have to stay switched on here, as they're going to go long with a free kick here. There's men running into the box. Here it comes, up towards the edge of the area, and fantastic header there by Magne, strong and powerful as Ollie just dispossessed Campbell with a clearance. And he dived in on Campbell there. Free kick to Gateshead. He's come off worse for wear there, the Telford player.
It definitely wasn't Rafa.
No, it definitely isn't Rafa.
Need director of football there, maybe.
Yeah. I think everything's going nicely here. We don't need any changes at the top end. There's Story goes forward. Charters now across to Campbell, who is going to play a lovely ball through to Tinkler. First touch, straight ball! What a finish!
What a goal!
That is the ball that Paul Blackett had been waiting for. We said he needed it in his feet, and the movement was sweet. The finish was even sweeter, and it's 2-1 to Gateshead.
Brilliantly worked goal. We said get him behind down the sides. As you said, the delivery into Blackett's got to be better. First chance that he's had all night, and he's took it brilliantly. It's a lovely finish. I think Griffiths, to be fair, has thought he's not going to reach it, so he's sort of off balance, looking towards. I don't know who it was coming in behind him. I think me and Kedwin Scott, but he's got a great touch on it. Toe poke inside that near post. Gateshead got the lead now.
I think it was Ollie that put the ball through to Tinkler, and that was inch perfect. And Tinkler's pass as well, just put it into the danger zone, and that was, it says, they must have been listening to us for VR pieces, because we said the delivery has to be at Paul Blackett's feet, and when it is, that's what happens.
But the thing now is Telford have got to come out. They've got to come out and pressure Gateshead. They've got to come out and try and get back in this game, which will help Gateshead because it'll open up space.
It certainly will. And if you're just joining us late, it is 2-1 to Gateshead now. It's really good. And David Hebson, I'm sure that's the person I was asked to give a shout out to. Hope you're feeling well. He's put, woohoo, what a belter. Well done, lads. But it's not over yet as Telford try to break forward, and that's better defending by Gateshead. Ball across Story. Oh, a fantastic reaction save there from Chapman. I was just praising Story, but it was a little bit weak, the header back. And I think it was number 18 that Nelly sneaked in and pinched something there. Oh. Well, Gateshead certainly know how to get the heart rate up as they're on the attack now. A lovely little ball to Ollie. Oh, nice pass to Scott. Can Scott put it to Charters? Charters with a shot. Didn't get the connection. Skews it wide. But lovely build-up play nonetheless.
It's better, as I say, it's creating space because Telford have to come out and have a go now. And you can see Gateshead have got players that can really drive into that space and make the most of it. Lovely little build-up. Good ball from Ollie. Good, nice and patient from Kedwin Scott. Good ball to Charters. I think he just went on his other foot by the look of it. Didn't look overly comfortable on his left.
Yeah.
Great atmosphere, by the way.
It is. It's really picking up now, obviously. As it stands, Gateshead top of the league. Griffiths with the kick there, and I don't know if the wind's picking up there. The ball just seemed to hang up a little bit as it got towards the halfway line. But Ollie will poke forward, and Blackett's going to chase this down. He's got the confidence here. Street. Oh, and, well,
brilliant.
Great stuff from Blackett.
He's done brilliantly there, Blackett.
He appealed for a throw in there. It would have been a bit harsh to get that, but
it's not from there, right?
The work rate was phenomenal. Yeah, the referee's telling him to get a bit further back. There we go. He's still going to pinch a few yards, so what was the point in that exercise? As he's still 8 yards. But the ball's been nodded down to Blackett. Blackett's he tried to dink it through, hoping someone was running on the overlap, but out it goes for a throw into Gateshead, just in front of the Telford dugout. Magne was about to quickly take it there. I prefer the ball to go forward than backwards. And Kedwin Scott showing for him here. Charters. Nice movement there from Magne. Gets the ball to Kedwin Scott. Appeals for that going out. Not a chance in the world. Two players around Kedwin there. There was a lovely ball out to the far side there, and Brad Bood keeps it in. Now it's played over the top, and that's out of play for a throw into Gateshead. And, well, 2-1, 44 minutes gone. And what a first half we've had so far. We've had a few heart and mouth moments. We've had a little bit. Oh, we nearly had another one there as well. It was Kai Williams put Chapman under pressure and throw into Gateshead. But as I was just saying, exciting first half. Not for the faint-hearted. And going in the lead is credit to Gateshead. They kept plugging away, kept working, because this Telford side might be bottom of the league, but they're not playing like it.
But the thing is, what you want to do is, with Gateshead, is don't give them any hope whatsoever. You know, they are bottom of the league. You need to. The confidence is going to be brittle. Don't give them any hope, and little things like that just do. You know, Chapman's just got to clear it. Let's be honest.
Well, that was a push on Kedwin Scott, I thought there, but Telford players did well to get back as they were very high up the pitch, and that ball wasn't the greatest. As now Wright lays it off. Gateshead come back, and now can Gateshead get on the counter as Kedwin Scott has it inside his own half and plays it to Ollie in the centre circle. If Ollie looks up, he had a player on the far side, but he's still got it. He's doing well. Magnier comes up to help on the left-hand side. Is he going to be used? Ollie's still good. Oh, lovely ball through to Kedwin Scott. Had to check his run. Now appeals for a shot there from Gateshead fans. Out to Magnier. Can he get a good delivery in? Grass cutter, and it's cleared out for a throw-in to Gateshead. And 2 minutes of added on time here at the end of the first half. Magnier gets the ball from Ollie back to Ollie. Little flick, another throw-in to Gateshead. And also as well, thank you to everyone that's joined us. We've got great listener numbers tonight. Remember, join the Heat Army podcast live on Thursday night where we'll be talking about this game and the Bradford game, and also previewing the Leamington game. We'll be getting some guests on as well, and we want to have you having your say on the Heat Army podcast. As Magnier plays it inside there to Charters. Charters tried to poke a ball through, just too much on it. And, well, let's say we're into the added on time now. I'd imagine there's about a minute left. And so Gateshead fans and the management are probably going into the second half happy that we've managed to come from behind.
Yeah, there are positives. There's some negatives as well, I should say. It took the time to get going, but now they're in the stride. You know, the passes are starting to come off. It looks slicker. It's been a solid first half, we'll call it.
Yeah, and see, we've got some messages there as now Gateshead managed to win the ball back. Cleared though, but only as far as pink shirt. Played across the midfield there. Now the goal scorer, Goodridge, plays the ball forward. Intercepted there by Tinkler. Ball forward to Blackett. And what? Right, well, has been pulled back for a free kick here. The ball was played forward to Blackett. He had 3 players in front of him. He's the first player forward. The advantage was with Blackett not to put the ball 40 yards back.
60 yards backwards.
Yeah. Well.
Makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. As we were mentioned as well, you can see the messages on the screen. It is a video podcast as well. You can see it's not just audio. So you'll be able to join us and send in your messages like this throughout the show on Thursday night, 9 o'clock. So do like and subscribe, and please do join us as Gates have a free kick here. And I imagine this will probably be the final bit of action here. As Story just keeps the ball at his feet. Now pings the ball over the top towards Campbell. Headed out. There we go. That is the half-time whistle. Gateshead going 2-1 up here at Gateshead International Stadium, having went behind with about 90 seconds on the clock. And Telford really, Mark, they came here and give a good display. I mean, it's still not over yet. We know they're dangerous. They're hard to break down. It has to be, inch perfect to get the space you want. But for a bottom of the league side and the team that's gunning to be top of the league, there's not much in it.
I think you can see, Gateshead are the more confident of the two sides. The problem is when a team's at the bottom of the league and you allow them to score in the first minute, you give them something to hold on to, and that's what Telford had. It was always going to take a bit of quality to break them down, and a lovely finish by Kedwin Scott. Then you look at that second goal. I mean, that's what Gateshead are all about, isn't it? Let's be honest. That neat pass and the brilliant pass from Greg Ollie, lovely ball and from Tinkler, and a good finish from Blackett. As I said, Gateshead need to come out second half. They need to take the game to Telford, really force them on the back foot, and see if you can work on this brittle confidence that they've got.
Well, it's all to play for, and at the moment, if it stays like this, Gateshead will be top of the league tonight and going forward into the week. We will be back for the second half very, very soon. Just a little bit of we'd love you to like and subscribe, please. It would be fantastic. The more people we can have interacting and talking about Gateshead is what we want to do here on the Heat Army podcast. As I mentioned before, in the latter stages of the first half, we will be live on Thursday night, 9 p.m. on Facebook and on YouTube, wherever you're watching. As I say, do like our Facebook page, Twitter, follow us, subscribe. It really does help and we want to get as many people talking about Gateshead as well. We want to be doing an international show as well coming up, not this week but next. We're going to have people coming on from around the world. We've already spoke to Gateshead fan Dean Seaver in Atlanta, Georgia. He's going to come on. We're trying to get Perrin from British Columbia and Canada, and we're going to reach around the world as well for other Gateshead fans. So we will be back in about 10 minutes time. Go and get yourself a can, a cup of tea, toilet break, whatever you need, and we'll be back with you for the second half. Hello there. You join us back here at Gateshead International Stadium as the Telford players are coming back out onto the pitch. We are expecting a change here at half time. We have seen Owen Bailey stripped and down the tunnel. So we wait to see who he may be replacing. Did see Carl Magny pull up at one point in the first half holding his hamstring. So hopefully, it's a tactical change and not a one for an injury. But see there, it is going to be Carl Magny that is going to be replaced. I can see the board down in front of us. So Owen Bailey will be coming onto the pitch for the second half. And you would imagine, I can't see there being a big shuffle. You'd say like for like, you would think.
Yeah, I think that, I think each first game for Gateshead, Owen played it at left back, left side wing back, didn't he?
I think it was against Hartlepool, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think it wouldn't be a shock to see him just slot in there again. We talked about the only thing I think you do is maybe Tinkler goes to left back and Owen goes into right back, but otherwise can play full back. But we'll see. He is on.
Well, we've got a few messages here. Craig Hilton is supposed to keep it going, Gateshead, and we've got come on. Oh, someone had pressed another message there. Pressed it as a come on. Good evening. Another 2 goals in the second half of the game. Thanks for the commentary. Thank you very much, Aaron, for tuning in. Hope you're safe and well. Come on, the lads, and well, I'll tell you what, we're getting a bit of praise here. Come on, great commentary. Well, thank you very much. Keep them messages coming in. Let us know where you listen from in the world. And
must be listening to something else.
They must be, unless they can hear our counterparts from Telford on the other side of the mic. Yeah, but Owen Bailey is on for the second half. It does look like for like. He's over there. Hello. At first,
yes.
no. Charter is looks like he's going to be playing left back. So we'll see.
I mean, in that sense, Bailey sort of a bit more energy in midfield as well, isn't there? That's his position for me. I think he's more comfortable in midfield. He can do a number of roles in there, that box to box. He can sit and protect. He can go and get involved in attacks.
Kedwin Scott is the GOAT, says Chris Dodds. Do you agree? Well, he's not doing too bad. Gateshead shooting from left to right in this half. In black and white checky strips as Kedwin Scott tries to pick out a Gateshead player, and they're going to pick it up on the far side as it's ball forward there for Kedwin Scott to chase down, but Street is there to clear it. And it's going to go all the way through here and calmly played back to Chapman. And Telford there in there, pink strips, ball over the top there. Offside flag goes up on the far side.
Oh, I tell you what.
There's a lovely ball though from the keeper. So here we are, second half. Gateshead win 2-1 at the moment. You won't miss a kick here with us. Remember, don't be a stranger. Send us some messages, and if they're all right, we'll read them out. But at the minute, say a big 45 minutes ahead of Gateshead as a crossfield ball intercepted there by Campbell. Plays it to Bailey, who's sitting in midfield at the moment. It does look like Charters has went to left back. So there was a little reshuffle. Oh, lovely feet from Campbell. Can he pass it? He can. Black it. Oh, just behind him. Now twist and turn. He's still going. Ollie has the ball. About 20 yards out. Goes for a shot. Grass cutter. And skims wide. And, Kedwin Scott was on the far side. I thought that was the ball to be picked out. But easy to say after the event. But Gateshead starting the second half quite well.
Easy to say watching up here as well.
It is, yeah.
There's more energy about Gateshead there in the first stage of the second half. It's it looked better. They looked more at it than they did in the early stages of the first half.
Well, Bailey tries to head over, bounces through, and it's been cleared. Someone's put what channel's the Telford boys commentary on? Not telling you, you're stuck with us. As now Telford tried to build from the back, and nice pressure there from Kedwin Scott. Wins the ball, drives with it down the line. Good defending and foul. There was a hand put on the shoulder, and down went Zach Lilly.
Didn't need to do that.
No. Sorry, it isn't Zach Lilly. It's I can't see the shirt number on the far side. I think it's Jordan Pickett. It's hard to tell because a couple of the numbers aren't the right numbers. So we haven't been too hot with the names and numbers. Apologies from the Telford perspective there. Well, free kick's taken by Griffiths. Jack Hunter pings the ball up to
Good play.
Lovely hold-up play from Blackett there. He did appeal. There's Hunter to win the ball again. He's intercepted quite a few, but the ball ricochets out to the left-hand side. And now it is Bood, who's lovely stuff from the captain, Ollie. And it's just a little bit messy. A lot of not much space. Ball pinging. Oh, lovely stuff from Campbell.
Well played.
Even better stuff from Liam
again,
Nolan.
great pressure. This is better.
Gateshead with the ball now. Nice ball out to the right-hand side. Campbell, right-hand side of the box. He's going to play it in the middle. There's Blackett, and he just skies it over. And it was the right ball. Just the finish wasn't there. And Gateshead, I'll say we've seen an absolute masterclass in some tackles there, Mark, and interceptions. And fortunately, Gateshead managed to come away the better, but the shot wasn't what we wanted in the end.
It's the pressure, just not giving Telford any time on the ball. I don't think we saw enough of that in the first half, but certainly in the first 5 minutes of the second half, it's been all Gateshead pressing Telford players in midfield, winning possession high and really trying to expose them at the back.
Well, Ollie nods the ball up, but it's going to fall to a Telford shirt. It's Baker. Baker plays it down the right-hand wing there, and Story nearly kept in there by Charters on the far side.
They are defending quite a high line, Telford, as well. So I think if Blackett can get him behind, or if Campbell makes a late run, getting behind here.
Well, right, manages to get the ball back to Baker, who goes down the far wing there, crosses it in, and goes behind Chapman, just having to backtrack a little bit. But Mark, we've said it so much this season, and I feel like a broken record. I talk about versatility, but we've brought a lad in from Carlisle, and there he is playing left back.
Well, because if you're not going to function with a big squad, then and it is a small squad, you've got to find players that can do numerous roles, and that's what they've done.
Oh, and Chapman with the ball to Williamson wasn't the greatest. Now it goes for a throw-in here. Bood manages to, lovely interception from Ollie, puts the ball over the top, and now we're in a foot race. There's only going to be one winner as Blackett keeps going. He's still got the ball down towards the dead ball line. He needs to pick somebody out. There wasn't anybody there, but there was little else you could do. Lovely touch from Ollie, and Campbell goes for went for a cheeky chip there. But tell you what, that touch from Ollie with the studs, beautiful.
Standard Greg Ollie, isn't it?
Oh, just lovely weighted, but it's a goal. Well, no, it isn't. Sorry, it's a throw in the far side, wasn't it? It is now.
Called a goal kick, Dave.
A goal kick. Did it? Is that where it actually come from there?
Well, it landed on the roof.
Yeah. So it's just hang
on. I'm going to jump in. It landed on the roof of the net, Dave. So it tends to be a goal kick.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And Stephen O'Brien, who did put what channels the Telford commentary on, you might want to go there now.
It's on the one with another rule.
Yeah. Oh, that's it, Gateshead. Oh, lovely ball then. Gateshead still in possession, passing it through legs there in midfield, and just unfortunately that ball there for Hunter to run, it was intercepted by Street, who clears it out. And I don't know, Street took a little when he kicked that there. He seems to be all right now. He was just bent over double for a little bit. Ollie wins the header, but it drops to Shaw. And lovely stuff from the Gateshead midfield at the moment. The work rate's better, but the ball forward certainly wasn't. And now it's been brought forward by Lilly. Lilly plays it out to the right-hand side. Now Telford, they're twisting and turning. Oh, lovely stuff there by Bailey, but it falls to a blue shirt again, and Nolan passes it out to Bood. Bood back to Nolan. Now it's crossed into the back towards the back. I didn't think he was even going to get that touch, but he did very well, Andre Wright. The ball over the top towards there. He didn't bend his run that well, but out it goes for a goal kick.
Yeah, just looking at it, looks as if Hunter's just stayed in that role, just sitting in front of the back four, isn't he? And then Bailey's playing sort of alongside Ollie in front of him.
I think it just helps relieve some of the pressure. And lovely ball that was from Tinkler to Campbell. Campbell, a nice little dink to Blackett, who races across, plays it. As Bailey just had to check his run. The ball went behind him. Now Telford can clear the ball. Out it goes for a throw. And they nearly hit my camera on top of the dugout there, Mark. I would have been crying.
I would have laughed hysterically. I'm tempted to throw my cup of coffee at it. See what I do.
It's waterproof. It's all right.
I don't know if I knock it off. Still.
All right, still. We've got a throw in here at the Telford.
She's not a very nice person tonight.
I can sense it. I can sense it. See, listeners, this is what happens when you make some height observations. As the ball is put across to the far side and well brought down by the Telford right back, and now played inside to
pressure Blacker. Good pressure.
Nolan
That's better.
gets managed just to disrupt in Telford's play at the moment, which is good to see. And having Hunter where he is, it's just relieving that pressure because they did seem to have an extra man in that pocket throughout the first half. Telford and Gateshead have given away a free kick here in front of the dugout. Needless push.
Some pretty famous memories of playing Telford, isn't there? I was watching that today.
Yeah, there's the playoff final where Wayne Phillips scored that free kick that just bounced through a crowd of people and nestled into the side of the net. Nice stuff there from Campbell. Of course, as well, there was a FA Cup replay here as well in '99 when Gateshead won the attack and Keith Fletcher was about 15 yards offside and decided to just go down like he had been shot, so he wasn't interfering with play, and Gateshead went on to score. So that was a memorable one. But Telford just playing the ball forward, and Williamson's there, decides not to play it back, turns and clears it up the right-hand channel, and punt. Is that going to go out? It has. It's a throw into Gateshead, probably just in front of the Telford dugout. Well, Paul Turner is enjoying the commentary from the beach in Tenerife. So, everyone's just there listening from Shrewsbury as well. There's Dave Higgins, who was at Hereford on Saturday. And what we got here? We've got headed forward by Tinkler. Not Campbell, it's Kedwin Scott. Can he get there? He's putting Street under pressure. Good stuff from the forward. And he's making him go all the way back here. There's the captain Street still under pressure. Good battle between the two. There's Tinkler intercepts it there, and that's a free kick. And that was cynical brought down there by Braden Shaw. And I think he's going to get a yellow for his... Is he? No, he isn't.
Back because Tinkler's limping away, but I think he's all right.
Yeah.
And good pressure again there for Kevin Scott. He's tracked his man all the way, forced him into that corner, and Gateshead just pressed high there. Well,
from Georgia, Atlanta, Dean Seaver is tuning in from the USA for the second half. Thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully we'll have him on the podcast very soon. It's 2-1 here if you are just joining us. I think there is going to be another substitution made here by Gateshead. I can see the board lit up there.
Jack Hunter, possibly.
It does look that way, doesn't it, at the moment? But
Hunter for Greenfield, possibly.
Free kick here as Charters plays it to Campbell on the edge of the box. Charters goes for a shot from distance. It deflected. The keeper had to get there late to his left-hand side. And Gateshead, look, the training ground move, that one if I've ever seen one. But now the ball is with Telford on the far side. They're trying to get the ball over the halfway line. They have done. Kai Williams manages to pick it out, and was he fouled? He was appealing for it there.
It did look as if he was
I thought he was pulled back. But if you're just joining us, it is Gateshead 2, Telford 1. There's Chapman. He likes to give Gateshead fans a little bit of a higher pulse rate there, as now Bailey picks out Scott. He's got Charters on the overlap, but decides to lay it back to Bailey. Bailey to Hunter. Back to Bailey. Bailey now just finds... lovely stuff. Can Blackett finish this one? He's got a few players around him. He does! What a finish! Brilliant. He had to dance around 3 players to put that in the back of the net. And Paul Blackett makes it 3-1. The ball from Ollie was sublime again. And, Blackett, we said he needs the ball at his feet. He had to do a little bit more than just poke it in the back of the net there. That was some beautiful stuff.
Do you know that everything about that goal was excellent, and his touch inside. I thought he was just going to hit it straight away and hit it first time. But he's seen the man come in. He's just touched it inside. The ball's overrun a little bit, but he's got there first and just tore it past the keeper. It's a lovely finish. He hasn't had a lot of chances. We said that. He's had 3 chances, and he scored 2, so not a bad strike rate.
Well, not a bad way to start the second half. We're 58 minutes in now. It's Gateshead 3, Telford 1. We've said it right at the beginning of the build-up. You don't count your chickens at all here. Nothing is a given. You still don't. And as I say, there's a long way to go here. Hunter wins the header in midfield, up in the air. Bailey wins the second header. Streets there just to pass it forward, but Hunter intercepts again. And now Campbell takes a touch, plays it inside. He's got quickly closed down, but Campbell was on the turn there. Just played it just in front of him. But Gateshead are looking a little bit more happy there. We've got a few more messages coming in. We've got Get In There from Binksy 3-1. Happy days from Dave Hebson and Charlotte Potts as well. Our lady in Switzerland as well. Congratulations on her move. She's playing on the continent now, and we'll be keeping an eye on and certainly speak to her on the podcast soon.
Thanks.
So there we go. And now, ball over the top. Just too much on that. It's going to go all the way through to Griffiths. And say keep their messages coming in. Thank you very much. But Telford still have time to get back into this game, and they play the ball on the far side there. And I think it was Kai Williams who, you know, he must be a very frustrating player. I don't know how long he's been at Telford, if he's one of the newer players, but when he gets the ball with his feet and runs with it, he's so dangerous. And there's just times he looks for the foul rather than using his talent to get further up the pitch. Nice header from Bailey. Let's head it back. Hunter now gets it to Campbell, who manages to get the ball up the pitch, even though it hit the wrong side of his foot. But now Gateshead, Bailey looks to play this one over the top for Campbell. It was a good ball, but it was probably 2 seconds too late. Nice interception again from Tinkler. The work rate from Gateshead is far better in the second half here from Gateshead. Now it's out to Charters, who's in the left back position this second half. Bailey receives the ball, plays it to Tinkler. Tinkler plays it down the line to Campbell. Lovely first touch to Ollie, who just brings the ball down. And now Ollie dinks the ball in there for the run of Bailey, and Bailey judged to a foul his player there. And
subs on both sides.
Yeah, it does look like Macaulay Langstaff is going to be coming on for Jack Hunter, we believe. And, you know, it's a shame because Hunter's had a fantastic game. Oh, it's been changed. It wasn't. We must have read that wrong. It must have been upside down. And I think the goal might have changed the substitution.
Yeah, possibly.
We did see a fall there, but Paul Blackett, who scored 2 wonderful goals. The second one was sublime. I can't wait for you to see that on the highlights. He gets a round of applause from the Tyne and Weir stand. But Macaulay Langstaff now is on the pitch, and he'll be wanting to get his name on the score sheet as well. And we are going to see it is Braden Shaw is coming off for Jason Oswell.
Yeah, just looking at straight swap as well. I did wonder if Macaulay Langstaff might go out left and allow Kedwin Scott to go through the middle, but sticking as it is, just straight swap with Langstaff at the top of that attacking trio.
And if we've learned anything tonight, don't look at a board halfway underneath a sub bench to try and guess who's coming on, because I would have been shocked if Hunter was coming off, because he's had an absolute sublime game this evening. And this afternoon it's been brought down by Andrew Wright. No, Gates intercept again. Ollie plays the ball forward for Langstaff to try and get his first touch of the game out. It goes for a throw in to Telford, and Zach Lilly is leaving it for Bood to take here. The referee's saying take it back another 5 yards, but you just know he's just going to run back them extra 5 yards. Yes. And the rest as the ball goes forward, comes off the back of Tinkler's head for a throw into Telford again. Well, Chris Dodds has put sitting in my room doing my homework, listening to the game, living the life. Well, doesn't get any better when Gateshead are winning, but lovely stuff from Story. Intercepts the ball and clears the ball out dangerous way, throw into Telford.
I think the biggest compliment you can pay to Telford is they don't look like a team who are bottom of the league.
Certainly not. We played Brackley here and made them look ordinary, and Telford aren't ordinary. They're going to cause teams troubles, whether it's the new additions and new manager that's we're seeing the turn of the corner tonight for them, maybe. But they should, if they play anything like this in teams in this league, they should pick up points. But ball up towards Langstaff. Turns his man. Can he get the touch? Zach Lilly there with a crucial interception. This game has been one of fantastic tackles and well-timed interceptions. I know maybe managers might look on the other side and say poor passes, but from our point of view, it's been good closing down. There's a Telford player is just down on, I think it's the Captain Street.
874 in total, with 22 Telford.
Oh, well done to the 22 Telford fans that have travelled up. It's a long journey from Telford. Credit to them. It's not easy following your team on the bottom of the league. We've all been there. John Tinkler, we are top of the league. We are top of the league. Thank you very much. Give a mention to my cousin's lad scored for the 218s in the FA Cup, Callum McNally.
He did. Good goal as well. Very good goal. I was working in that game last night, and a lovely volley. Great game as well.
There we go. Keep an eye out for that name.
Hope his injury's all right as well, because he went off for a nasty injury.
Ball played over the top. Can McCoy Langstaff bring this down? He can. Offside flag. I don't know where that come from because that's a strange one. We've got a one here from Alan Gateshead. We'll come across two kinds of dangerous teams: those like us going from promotion, and those like Telford fighting relegation.
The games you want is the ones in the middle. You've got nothing to play for. But unfortunately, because there's six playoff positions now, that doesn't happen very often.
And also as well, I mean, we say the top of the league is tight. It's just as tight, if not tighter, down the bottom of the National League North.
It is, and you look at, if you look not too far away from here, Blythe Spartans put 3 wins and 4 together, and they're now 9 points clear bottom of the table.
Yeah.
So, one good run and one little spurt of results, and you can get yourself away from that bottom of the table.
Well, offside for given against Telford here. Denise Little has put, keep playing, lads. Fantastic. We can do this season. Back where we belong. Well, long way to go, but this is a fantastic marker. And so you can take all the plaudits in the world from opposing managers who say Gateshead will be there or thereabouts, but you've got to bet yourself there or thereabouts. It's all well and good having good performances, but this is the combination of a lot of hard work, and this is not the end. Oh, and a bad header there. Poor communication in the back four of Telford, and it was nodded across and nearly into the path of a Gateshead player. It's a throw in here on the right-hand side.
Would have been a lovely assist.
It certainly would. Oh, I think Ollie's got the 2 of the best assists of the season so far to add to his tally. As Ollie now is on the ball, just dispossessed himself, and Kai Williams is... He's all over the pitch like at the minute of the rush.
Your camera's down. He's just gone again.
It has, I know.
Louis Story's just kind of taking it out. Oh, come on, someone. Just before the end of the game.
Oh. Not what I really want. My eBay special camera. Right. As the ball's played back to Chapman. Chapman clears the ball. Powerful one up the pitch. Can it bounce awkwardly? And Street and Langstaff gets past him. Can he get the finish? It's tight angle. Into the side netting. And well, wow, Langstaff was like lightning there.
Well, Street went down before, and I don't think he's entirely recovered.
I don't think he has. There was a clearance he made about 10-15 minutes ago, and he started feeling his hamstring, and he was bent over. So I wouldn't be shocked to see a change. And there's calamity at the back at the moment for... yeah, there's a little bit of unrest in the Telford defence at the moment. There's Hunter heads the ball out. And we're throwing on the far side. 67 minutes gone. Gateshead 3. Telford 1. If you are listening, Gateshead come from behind after Telford scored in the first 90 seconds. It's been an action-packed game so far, and it's still not over. At least good 30 minutes or so left here if they added on time. Nice pressure from Williamson there, making life difficult. And the ball, free kick given there. I think they're not exactly happy with that one.
I think it's a throw-in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the assistant's just throw-in.
Bood with the ball. Gets it to Oswell, back to Bood, and it wasn't Oswell. It wasn't Oswell. It was Baker. Bood going to take another one here. As now it's with Nolan. Nolan back with Nolan. Dinks the ball over the top. No runners there for it. And Chapman, it's going to skim out the box. He has to clear it with the feet. All the way up. And Street heads that one clear. Mike Williamson can whack that one away. Street with another header. That was a scorpion kick if I've ever seen one there. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but yeah, we're seeing a team of seeing two sides of one team here. We've seen Telford in the first half who were very calm, composed. They were fighting for everything, and now very scrappy. The heads have dropped, and it's the promise that they had in the first half. A good pressure on Hunter. Hunter chasing down there.
Excellent.
And Campbell, just lovely weighted ball at the top there. Langstaff brings it down. Just
communication.
Yeah, moved away, and nice nod down there from Story. Didn't have the legs on it. It's a bit of a heavy pitch, that part, but now it is Kai Williams. Oh, lovely stuff from Tinkler. Strong, composed defending. Sees the ball out for a goal kick.
It's been excellent tonight, Robbie Tinkler, by the way, defensively and going forwards. He's really looked the part. Well, just keep an eye on Mike Williamson. Looks at him.
Yeah,
I think he's all right.
Just the pitch is for this time of year is immaculate. There is obviously a few patches, but just probably halfway inside the Telford half, in the middle of the pitch, it is just cutting up a little bit, and I think that nodded down ball from Story did just stick a little bit. Head tennis at the moment, and Ollie sees that one out there for a throw into Gateshead.
Seemed a bit unfair asking Adam Campbell to chance for
it did, yeah. We've got a message from Alan Atkinson. It's a great evening to be a Gateshead supporter. 3-1 up, and Kitty R2 down at Hereford. Wow. Happy listening to your fantastic commentary from Surrey. Thank you very much. Didn't realise about the scores around. We'll concentrate on this game, but Kidderminster losing is...
Which just shows how good a result Saturday was, by the way, down at Hereford. There wasn't a lot of fuss made about it, but I always think going down to Hereford, big club, and in a big ground, and it can be a difficult place to go. But
and there was a decent crowd down there as well. I think it was 1,800, and to go away and
and a clean sheet as well, by the way.
Definitely, as the pluses will just keep coming. The ball was there as Story had to try and race it. A lovely tackle from Hunter. And now Campbell has the ball here. He's got the ball forward for Langstaff. Can he get round Street? He can. Finishes it. Lovely finish!
What a finish.
The touch was beautiful. He rounded the defender when he got the ball and makes it 4-1. And the Tyne-and-Wear stand is on its feet.
Do you know, that is a lovely way to pass through. And it would have been easy for Langstaff just to blast that. But it's so well placed. He's seen the keeper. If you watch, I'm sure you'll see it on the replay, on the highlights. But the keeper, Griffiths, has just taken a step too far to his left. Campbell's went across him and he can't get his balance right to try and stop it. It's a lovely finish. Not powerful at all. Well placed, great finish.
As you say, placement was everything there. The touch was beautiful. The run was nice. We said in the first half that it's going to have to be a good ball to open up this Telford defence. Yes, it's got a little bit scrappy in the second half for them. They're not holding the shape as well. But it still had to be inch perfect. And you won't see a better move in any highlights from this week at any level. That was a beautiful goal, and we had the time to celebrate before it went in as it trickled into the back of the net. And Telford are going to make another change here.
Yeah, they just have. It's Brendan Daniels has come on for Andre Wright. Just such a good finish that, because a lot of strikers would have just really put their foot through that and wished for the best, but he just stroked it past the keeper. It's a lovely finish.
13th goal of the season, I believe.
So, we are right behind it. You can see as soon as it's left his foot, it's only going one way.
Wow. So it looks like they're going to make their third and final substitution here. It is going to be the goal scorer, Goodrich, coming off for Adam Walker. Well, we've got the best part of 20 minutes remaining here at Gateshead International Stadium with stoppage time to go on to make it up, complete that. But wow, what a performance we're seeing so far. It did look at first that Telford might have come to upset the party a little bit, but it's added to the drama. But look, it isn't over yet, and Gateshead still need to keep the composure. As the ball comes in from Bood, it's a dangerous one, and well, Oswald was there, and it just went through, but Charter dispossessed on the far side. Kai Williams twisting and turning.
Well done. Done very well.
Good stuff there from the youngster on loan from Carlisle. Nearly got turned inside out, but kept his composure, stood there and made the block.
I mean, you know, you come here just to win the game first and foremost, but there's a lot of, you want to build momentum as well, and to go to the top of the league with a big win is perfect, isn't it? I mean, barring that first minute when Telford went ahead, you know, it's been the only down part of the night.
Well, we've got a lot of things here, and there's going to be a nice substitution coming up very shortly for Gateshead. A player that was probably arguably Gateshead player of the season last season, although the season wasn't completed. He went on to have a trial at Sunderland because of his performances, and he's stripped and ready to come on here when there's a break in play. And Danny Greenfield, I think, will get a fantastic reception when he gets back on the grass here at Gateshead International Stadium. But before that happens, Bood just back past the ball. It's going to be trying to get a shot off here from Daniels, as Daniels has to lay it off, and dangerous ball in there, headed clear, still not clear. Only Daniels goes for the shot, deflected. It's going to fall to Bood, and Tinkler, was he fouled there? Sees it out, and it's a goal kick. Great defending again from Tinkler. I thought he was pulled to the ground. He thinks he was as well.
And just added to that, a couple of Telford players calling for a penalty.
Yeah, that was. Well, it just shows you how we all see that. And John Tinkler has put "you beauty." So there we go. Let's keep it going. Keep them messages coming in as well.
I'd be interested to see who Danny comes on for. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Greg Ollie, if I'm honest. Maybe just
I would, yeah. Either way, it'll be lovely to see him back on the pitch. As this one's up towards Tinkler. Tinkler wins the header, but didn't get in there, so gets a player. And now we're seeing a little bit more urgency from Telford, just closing down a little bit. The ball falls to Bood. Bood gets it forward, but only as far as the Gator player now gets to Langstaff. Langstaff fouled, and didn't give it. It was a throw-in. And here we are. Danny Greenfield is going to make his way back onto the Gator pitch after months out. And it's going to be lovely to see Danny Greenfield come on, and it is going to be for Mike Williamson. So I think Hunter will drop back into the back four. Mike Williamson comes on and get the stand ovation here, I think, for both players. But lovely to see Danny Greenfield make his way back onto the pitch.
The referee's just told Jacob Chapman to hurry up with the goal kicks, by the way. Just watching that little conversation there. Unbelievable.
Well, Griffiths started after the first goal. Yeah, that's strange.
Strange, yeah.
The attendance was 820 or 40 something, I think it was. So
it's definitely over 800.
Definitely over 800 with 22 Telford fans. I can tell you that much. But we'll get some free kick here in front of the dugout. I don't think they're going to use this as an opportunity to get it up to the box. Although, having said that, Hunter's making his way forward now.
Some talent in midfield, by the way, isn't it? Greenfield, Ollie, and Bailey.
Yeah.
Bailey will just sit in front and protect now. And it's the options they've got in midfield are quite scary at times.
It's pumped up towards the back post there. It's fell to Langst. Oh, sorry, fell to Story. Just couldn't control out for a goal kick. But also as well, it frees up Campbell to be a little bit more expressive as well, with Greenfield being on the pitch. So it's
really impressed with Adam Campbell's work rate tonight. It's been phenomenal. He's been the one pressing the early stages of that setting off. He was the one that really dragged Gateshead forward.
Yeah,
at times.
Especially down the right-hand side when we had a little bit of a rejiggle after 20 minutes. He came alive into the game. As Telford back to Street. Street looks to play it forward and headed on by Kai Williams, only as far as Tinkler and Gateshead can now just build from the back as pass all the way back to Chapman. Chapman lays it to Tinkler on the edge of the box. Not Tinkler, sorry, Hunter. Now it's with Tinkler. Kedwin Scott trying to hold the ball up, and Tinkler there again. Dare I say, man of the match will be a hard one to pick tonight. There's been some good performances.
think Greg Ollie's had a good game.
That would be my candidate. I think those passes to open up and get Gateshead in, but you could say Jack Hunter as well. So we'll find out who the official man of the match is. We'll pick one on the podcast, but there's a few candidates, and for me, it's the midfield has made the difference this evening. I know the goals have as well, but
I think there's been solid at right back as well. I don't think anyone's been a 9 out of 10. I think everyone's sort of been a 7 or.
It's been consistent, hasn't it, right for outside. Nodded on by Ollie. Oh, now Langstaff comes away with the ball. He's got support around him. Greenfield there, and it's going to be passed across the. Oh, he's going for a shot himself.
He's got playing Kedwin Scott.
Kedwin Scott and Granny Greenfield were on either side of the pitch, and he went for glory, did Langstaff. 4-1 up, we'll forgive him. But Greenfield, he's relishing being back out there. And
quite surprised to see Telford playing out from the back, given the pressure they've been put under, Like, genuinely, I don't understand it.
Unless that's the way he wants to play and he wants to drill it into them. Look, yes, we're losing, but they maybe thought. I mean, I heard the Telford commentary team talk before the game, and they said it was more or less a free hit for them tonight. They're not expected to come here and win. If they put in a good performance, it's great. And you would say for 40 minutes of this game so far, they went to Gateshead. So there's promising signs there for Telford fans, but it's a long slog when you're down in the bottom of the league and things don't go your way. And Gateshead come away with the ball. Bailey plays the ball through. Hits the heels of Langstaff, and out it goes for a throw in at the Gateshead dugout. There we go now. Gateshead have the ball, and nice stuff there from Campbell. It's a little flick to Langstaff, and now it's put across the far side. Charters brings it down, takes a couple of touches, goes. I think he went for a shot there, and it's going to be cleared by Telford here in turn, and hasn't went out to play yet. It has now to front to Gateshead, halfway down the far side of the pitch. 10 minutes remaining here. 4-1 up, and as it finishes, it goes. Gateshead go top of the league if it stays like this, and it looks as if it will. Sam Catnach has put above us only the sky. Bailey wins the header. Campbell plays the ball out for Ollie to chase down the left-hand side, but asking a bit much there. The Telford player gets in front of him, played off Ollie, but it stayed in. At the wrong side of him.
Again.
Yeah, that's trying to play it in the back. Yeah. Well, now Telford have the ball on the left-hand side. Baker, Food on the overlap. Still carrying the ball forward. He's got Kai Williams in front of him. Plays a dangerous one at the centre there. If there had been someone making a run, it might have been a bit better.
It's a great first touch from Campbell.
He's enjoying himself out there, isn't he? This second half. Charters, wow, he's absolutely flying down there. He couldn't keep it in. And once he got going there, it was like a steam train.
Again, we say it, barring that first 90 seconds or so, it's been a massively positive night for Gateshead. The 2 goals for Paul Blackett. They're a big boost for him. Continues his good recent form. They've looked solid in defence, but on that first 90 seconds, Campbell's had a good game. He got Greenfield back in. It's just been so many positives.
Even Bailey coming on in the second half. He just come in like he had played the first 45 minutes, calm, composed. And it's just been very enjoyable this second half, and it isn't over yet.
That's a really good point that Arthur Brown's just made as well, by the way, that about the team having the resilience to overcome opposition tactics. I think that's absolutely spot on, and it would have been easy for Gateshead to get frustrated, but they stayed true to their beliefs. The style of football that's gotten where they are on the table, or what it will be in about probably 9 minutes' time. It's it's something they're going to have to get used to, because I think the fear factor will grow for away sides here, and they'll come here and try and defend a point and try and frustrate and try and annoy Gateshead, but they've overcome that.
Well, see, it's just went a little bit scrappy, and I think Telford are just waiting for that full-time whistle and a shower and to get on the coach home.
Long trip as well.
It certainly is. And I mean, we said it before, but credit to the 22 Telford fans that have made the journey up. Massive respect. It's not a trip that anyone envies midweek. But just while we're on, please do join us Thursday night live on the Heed Army podcast. The normal podcast, we have guests on. It is a video feed. It isn't just a screen like this. Please do join us. And we'll be talking about being top of the league and previewing the Leamington game on Saturday as well. As Ollie brings the ball down, plays the ball forward for Langstaff to run to, asking a little bit much, but Streets had to go back there and cover and put it out to play for a throw-in.
Did not fancy that foot race at all, did he?
No.
Telford look out on that feet a bit here.
And now Ollie, far side of the box. He's got the ball. Yeah, the Telford players do just look a little bit lackluster at the moment. Some tired legs out there as the ball's just hooked away. Hunter again wins the header. Gateshead ping the ball over the top, looking for Scott. Telford managed to clear. Baker under pressure from Bailey. Bailey wins the ball. Lovely. Oh, and I think Scott thought there was going to be a whistle there. That's the only excuse I can give for that.
Let's give the free kick.
Oh, he has given it, has he?
I'm not sure about that one.
No, I wasn't. Hunter up against Oswald, and there you go. Tinkler just comes in and intercepts again.
I've got to be honest, I've been quite impressed with Jason Oswald since he's come on. He's won most of what's gone up to him, which hasn't been the greatest service, by the way.
No, he seems more. Lily there with the clearance.
Kevin Scott down.
Yeah. Let's hope he's all right. As Ollie's going to play this out here. Play it down as Campbell's racing over to keep it in. Yeah, hopefully he's all right there. Didn't see what happened. He's down on one knee. As the physio Chris Bell comes on to see him, make sure that he's all right. But this has been a very enjoyable evening. The first 90 minutes, my heart was in my mouth, as I think it's most of the time the West Stand was. But 4-1 at the moment, 5 minutes remaining of normal time. Going to be top of the league come the final whistle, and Gateshead had a couple of opportunities to get to near the top of the league. We've grasped it tonight. The games in hand are gone. We've won the game in hand to get top of the league. I don't know what the Kidderminster score is, a little bit lower down, but that is a couple of teams just starting to pull away now, and hopefully Gateshead can keep in this form and keep themselves in the hunt for. You've got to aim for the automatic promotion spot, really, haven't you? At this stage now, they're up there. They've got to. That's what the aim has to be.
When you get to February in any season, and I think this one finishes mid to late April.
Yeah.
It's just momentum. You just got to keep the momentum going. There's only Chorley who's come here and got something. Gateshead just have to keep winning games. The foundation will be here, but they look like a side that are capable of going away and winning at places like Hereford, which was a big boost. They just need to keep that going.
Lily, the defender, he's getting a rush of blood to the head there, bringing the ball forward, but has to play it back to his right back, left back, Bood, and always Hunter. It wasn't Hunter. Greenfield there just kind of wipes him out. The dizzying heights of top of the table.
Still 2-0 Hereford.
Is it still 2-0 Hereford? Wow. So as Mark said earlier on, that result down in Hereford made it all the more sweeter, and a good result. It's a free kick that's just been given away here. Baker stands over it. Telford pile players forward here. They'll not want to be getting caught on the break here. As we wait for Baker to take this one. Some big players to aim for there in this. And Baker's going to come in at the back post here. He's not Baker, sorry, Street. He's Baker's going to take the free kick, but wait for this one to come in. He goes towards the back there. He was coming in late, was Street. and it's been cleared, but only as far as a pink shirt. And now Telford are going to try and work this back into the box, down towards the dead ball line. Plays it off a Gateshead player for a corner, and it's a Gateshead ball. Wow. Fantastic stuff. But yeah, as you said earlier on, Mark, that result down at Hereford now looks even all the better, doesn't it, for the result that's happening tonight with Kidderminster?
It does, and it's just, I think you make a good point for once, Dave. Just look, there are some teams starting to pull away now. We'll just have a look at the table if I can get it up. It's just a real positive, isn't it? And you look, Gateshead point clear, but then there's a bit of a gap to Fylde of 7 points, isn't there?
Yeah.
I know Fylde have got a game in hand. Surely a further point behind also have a game in hand. We shouldn't forget Kidderminster and Southport, who were also drawn, by the way.
Yeah.
Admittedly, 16 points behind Gateshead. They've got games in hand as well. So there is that. I think the top three at the minute, with maybe Chorley in there as well, will be the ones that will contest that. The big thing is, if you don't win this league, finish second, because if you finish second, you get your playoff games here.
Yeah.
But nobody will want that. You want to go up as champions. You want to go with the momentum that being champion gives you. And I genuinely think this Gateshead squad, I don't think there's too much work would need to be done.
Dangerous ball in there as Oswald come in, and that was a lovely timed run. The ball was good, but just probably 2 foot away from him.
I don't think there's too much would need to be done at the next level up. I think that the framework of a good National League side is here.
Well, Paul Tennant has said he's going to fly back for the game on Saturday. There we go.
Tell you what, Paul, I'll do. You swap you.
Yeah.
You come back in. I'll done.
You do the commentary. We'll sit on the beach.
I'll go to Lanzarote. The last minute, and I think there's going to be 3 minutes out of it.
Yeah, you would imagine 3. I think it looks like 3, doesn't it? Well, it will be. They've had a full quarter of substitutions.
That's a great throw.
Oh, lovely stuff there. It's going to go over to Charters, who carries the ball forward. He's got a bit of pace. He is quite a big player, isn't he? And he can open up his stride to get away as he plays the ball to Kedwin Scott. Twisting and turning over there. Can he get across into the box? Lays it off there now. Cross comes in, takes a deflection corner. Lovely stuff.
He's worked hard tonight, Kedwin.
Contenders for Gateshead man of the match. Settled on your 2-goal scorer, Paul Blackett, number 9, Paul Blackett, man of the match.
You can't argue with it. I think the podcast one, I would say it's between Ollie and Hunter and Tinkler. I'll let you pick which one.
I'll go Greg Ollie. I just think his use of the ball's been really intelligent. It's been what Gateshead have needed. That's a great
cross
ball.
Comes in there, can barely get a head on it. It's been headed clear only as far as Greenfield, who has the ball. They thought he was going to go for his shot. He's controlled it. Now crosses it in. Oh! And
come on, Kedwin.
It did, yeah. It was lovely stuff. And that's another promising sign to see him coming back and looking so sharp. And Paul's, but thank you for the great commentary, guys. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening. That's what it's more importantly, and the result is the most important thing here tonight. But Gateshead fans, they're starting to get in fine voice, and we can just sit back and enjoy this next 2.5 minutes of injury time. There's 3 added up.
It is great being top of the league. Don't get us wrong, and it's been a while since Gateshead have been at the top of the division. But the thing is that it's got to be just the start. They've got to. Yeah. They can't just win this game, get top of the league, and then wait until they've got to basically build on the momentum against. Yeah.
Well, effectively, this is the halfway stage of the season now. There's 21 games played now. There's another 21 left. This is the foundations that have to be built on. This is where you springboard from here.
And the positive, by the way, is the fact that a lot of the big games have been played away from home. So, been to Fylde, you look at the teams around them, they've been to a lot of them.
Yeah.
I think there's Brackley, you've got to go to Brackley still. So that'll be a big one. But I think no one will relish coming here. No one.
We're getting some messages coming there. There's header towards Langstaff. Lovely little flick to find Campbell. Campbell puts it back through for Langstaff, who's going to, he's closed down, but he's still got the ball. Greenfield plays it into the centre. Going to fall to Kevin Scott now. Now it's, what a reaction save. What a reaction save from Griffiths. That was fantastic. Langstaff thought he was going to poke that in.
I'm sure Greg Ollie meant I'm sure he meant that miss kick.
Oh, wow. Well, drama at the end. But few can complain with a 4-1 result if it stays like this, which it looks like it probably will. But Gateshead still probing as Greenfield has the ball. Gives it to Ollie, who takes the dead ball line. He's still going. Now plays in there. Was it pull on the shirt?
Surely.
The referee says no, but it's a corner to Gateshead. And the linesman was right behind him.
I can't believe he hasn't given that.
You know, if there's any Telford fans listening, we're not trying to be too rose tinted here, but that was just a pull.
I'll tell you what, not only is it a foul, it's also a yellow card.
Yeah. Well,
someone hit that near post because there's absolutely no one there.
Well, it's going to be another corner. And that is the full-time whistle. Gateshead go top of the league. They had the early setback, 90 seconds in of going 1 goal down, but they carried on playing their game and got a 4-1 victory here. A fantastic performance from front to back. Some notable names I'd like to put out there. Robbie Tinkler, Jack Hunter, Greg Ollie, and the goal scorers this evening have just been absolutely phenomenal. But as a team, what a performance.
Job done. Simple as that. And it's on to the next one now. That's what Gates have got to do. Just tick off games. They've got to just keep winning, keep that momentum going. I keep using that word, but it's what you need to win titles and get promoted. You don't need anyone to tell Mike Williamson that or Ian Watson or Louis Story. That momentum has to carry on with a win on Saturday. It is very much job done here, and now it is on to the next one.
Well, Mike Williamson leaves down the tunnel to applauding the home fans, and we wait the players to come off. Please do join us on Thursday night, 9 p.m. On our channel here on YouTube and on our Facebook page. We will be talking about this, the win last Saturday, and of course we'll be previewing Leamington as well. There's a lot of positives to talk about. Let's embrace it. Let's tell all your Gateshead friends and fans that you know to get involved. Let's get through it and say the Gateshead players are getting a fantastic reception as they come off the pitch here, and deservedly so. And they say a couple of shining lights there, but seeing Danny Greenfield come back and looking sharp was a real another positive as well, because he's been out for so long, and to come in like that, and he looked dangerous.
He did look lively, looked fit. Didn't seem to have any ill effects of a first game back, and you know it's just a positive. It's a night of positives, barring that first 90 seconds, and you would hope Gateshead will go on and build on that and really continue what has been a brilliant first half of the season is done. Now it's on to the second half, and what could be a very special 3 months for this football club.
It certainly will be. Well, we'll be here for the home games and maybe 1 or 2 away games. Please do subscribe and follow, and you won't miss a kick in this exciting season as it goes. Mark, thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure and keeping me right. We'll see you on Saturday for Leamington at home, and Gateshead will be looking to continue staying at the top of the league. And thank you for all the messages about the commentary as well. Very much appreciated. We'll see you next time.